Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and back to our board game for beginners series. This one, if you're familiar with the game called Yahtzee, classic old style dice roller, this is kind of a modern take on that, except it's based in a Wild West town and you use poker dice instead of normal dice. I'm sure you're all familiar with poker dice as well. This is Dice Town. This is the first edition. There is a second edition out now, so if you can't grab the first edition, grab the second one. It's just got slight rule changes, but I'll run you through the edition I've got. I've also got the first expansion, which allows the game to go up to 6 players and comes with a few extra cards and Native American dice, but I'll explain all that as I go through the rules. So Dice Town, Yahtzee mechanic style game for 1 to 6 players if you get the expansion. There is a second expansion called Cowboys, which allows you to change up the rules regarding your properties you get. I currently don't have it, but I have ordered it from a chap on eBay from the United States, and as we speak it's wigging its way across the Atlantic. So I do have the Cowboys expansion, but I don't actually physically own it yet, but that is coming. There are your 2 expansions for the game, so let's crack on. Now the aim of the game is to get the most points by having gold nuggets, dollars. There's cards in the general store which give you points. Now I got the French version, so I had to mark it up. But if you manage to get your cowboy boots, you get an extra point at the end of the game. 5 points for the wagon and all that sort of thing. But you count all these up at the end of the game. You also get points for capturing bandits, which are used at the sheriff's store and at the saloon. Points for your territories you get between 1 and 5, and the first expansion comes with these ranch cards which give you points depending on however many ranch cards you get at the end of the game. So if you end the game with 4, you obviously get your points listed there. As I say, I'll run through an explanation of the rules as we go. So basically, the game starts, everyone gets a dice cup shaped like a bullet and your 5 poker dice. Everyone rolls the dice together. Each turn you get to pick 1 dice that you can keep. So let's say, for example, I keep the ace, and then the next turn you roll again. I'll keep the king. So, oh, look at that. Now when you get to this stage, I've rolled 3 aces there. Now what I can do is pay, everyone gets $8 as well at the start of the game. I can pay $3 extra to keep those 3 aces that I just rolled. So that would actually be a good roll there. Now once everyone's finished rolling, one person will say, right, I'm happy with my hand, and everyone gets 1 extra free roll at the end of that. But again, you can pay your dollars to change your dice, to re-roll. There are changed dice face cards in the general store as well. So basically, once you've got your 5 dice rolled, you then go to the board and we go through. Whoever has the most 9s gets to take a gold nugget from the gold panning area for each 9 they have. Bank there, whoever has the most 10s takes the money that's in the bank. Jacks, you go to a general store and you pick up a card. Now this one says, play, you keep this one in your hand, play after anybody does a bad luck action. You can then take the Indian dice from the village or another player. Again, these general store cards are all different. Some have victory points, some mess with your opponents, some you can play straight away to get extra benefits. Your saloon is where you go to pick up your bandits, which give you guaranteed dice. So if you pick this one up from the pile, you get this one here that gives you 2 extra aces. The sheriff, once somebody has played a bandit card, they then go into the sheriff's place as a wanted poster. Now if you get the most kings, you trade that in and you get the reward on there, $5. So that's how those work. As I say, town hall is then, as I say, you got whoever gets the most 9s, 10s, jacks, queens, and kings, and whoever has the best poker hand altogether, you go to the town hall, in which case you'll have 3 of these out here, and what you do, whoever has the best poker hand takes the top card, the rest slide up like so, and then the next one comes out. You won't know obviously because they'll be upside down. Now also, if you go to the town hall, you can choose to give one of your land deeds back to the Native Americans. Now if you do that, you get to roll the Native American dice, which you roll, and it tells you in the rules what they do. Depending on the roll you do, you can block off a certain area for the next round, or you can steal a card from an opponent, an ambush dice, and things of that nature. Now, at the end of the round, if you haven't got anything at all, you can always go to Doc Bad Luck at the end of the board here, and he gives you a choice of 4 things you can actually choose to do, 1 of 4 things. So even if you didn't win any hand at all along the board, you still get something from Doc Bad Luck. Now, with the 5 and 6 player expansion, there's 2 actions to every space. So whoever got the most 9s can either pick up the gold nuggets or risk panning in the river. That obviously you find nothing. This one you find 4 nuggets, so it's up to you whether you want to take the risk. The bank, if you want to go rob the bank, the first player robs the bank, and the second player gets to rob the stagecoach, which might have more dollars in than the bank. General store, you get to do first player with the most jacks obviously gets to pick the general store action, and whoever has the second most does it as well. Same with the saloon, and if you go to the sheriff, you can either choose to take the sheriff card, which means you're the first player to act, or take your wanted reward cards there. Town hall, you get to pick the second card. Whoever has the best poker hand takes the top. Whoever has the second best poker hand takes the middle. 2 more cards come out, and again, and as such onto there. That basically is the game, guys. You keep going until either all the gold nuggets have gone or all the deed cards have gone. Once that happens, the game ends. Everyone totals up the victory points, gold nuggets, point for each, A point for every $2 you still have in your hand. Points cards in the general store. Points for your values on your land deeds. And points for however many ranch cards you have. And whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins the game. As I say, there is another expansion coming called Cowboys, which mitigates the land deed cards so much, because these are probably the most powerful sets to get in the game. The Cowboys expansion limits that to a certain degree, and it comes with a few extra general store cards and things like that. But again, I don't have that. Whoever has the sheriff's card breaks ties and is the first person to act. It just breaks ties. And that, guys, basically is the game. It's a really fun game. Yahtzee style. Poker. Wild West themed. If you like Yahtzee, I highly recommend you pick up Dice Town. As I say, there is a second edition now, which is easily available. This one is the first edition that I have. So there we go, guys. That is Dice Town from Matago, Ludwig Moblong and Bruno Catala. Fun Yahtzee style Wild West game. Great for parties, actually. There's a lot of rowdiness and noise as everyone rolls the dice and all together. I've had many a fun evening playing this with my friends. So there we go, guys. That's Dice Town. Beginner's Yahtzee recommendation for a board game. Thank you once again for listening. And we'll be back with another one shortly. Cheers then. Bye.